The nose cone houses your impact driver's gearbox and anvil. The metal housing has the anvil shaft seal and roller bearing pre-installed. Common problems with the nose cone are a cracked housing or a worn out bearing or seal. Replacing the nose cone is a repair that you can do yourself, and I'm going to show you how.
Hi, I'm Mark Socha.
Do-it-yourself repairs like these are easier than you might think. From lawn machines to cordless drills, kitchen mixers,
Outdoor grills.
our how-to videos walk you through each repair from start to finish. So doing it yourself means never having to do it alone.
Let's get started.
I'll begin by removing the battery and then disassembling one half of the housing. I'll use a knife to cut through the sticker at the base of the handle. And now I can separate the two halves. Now I'll lift the switch and remove the change lever. I'll use a small screwdriver to pull the connector away from the housing. This connector connects the LED lights on the front of the tool to the switch. And I'll separate the connector. Now I can lift the gearbox and motor assembly away from the housing. And I'll pull this assembly away from the brushes. Now I'll separate the armature from the gearbox. Now I'll remove the LED light ring. I give it a twist and pull it away from the gearbox housing. Now I'll remove the mechanism from the nose cone. Now I'll separate the anvil from the nose cone. To do that, I'll need to remove the chuck. First, I'll remove the hog ring from the anvil. There's a spring behind this assembly, and as I remove the hog ring, I'll need to be careful that I don't lose the other parts. Now I can remove the collar. I'll use a magnet to remove the steel ball. I'll remove the inner spring. And there's one more hog ring on the base of the anvil I'll remove. Now I can remove the anvil. Now I can install the new nose cone. I'll place the neoprene washer over the anvil and insert the anvil into the nose cone. And now I'll reinstall the hog ring. Next, I'll reinstall the spring that secures the steel ball. I'll place it over the shaft and align the crook in the spring with the slit in the anvil shaft. I'll compress the spring and install the steel ball over the top of the spring, inside that slit. Now I'll reinstall the collar. You'll notice there's a bevel on the collar, and that bevel should be on the top or facing out. I'll reinstall the compression spring. Now I'll place the plain washer over the compression spring and push the compression spring down so the plain washer is flush with the top of the anvil. I'll use a pair of retaining ring pliers to help me to install the hog ring. Now I can reinstall the mechanism. I'll slide the mechanism into the nose cone, making sure it aligns with the anvil. Also, there's a plastic tab on the mechanism, and I align that with this groove on the nose cone. I'll use a rubber mallet to make sure that it seats. Now I can reassemble the motor to the gearbox assembly. The flat spot on the gearbox indicates the bottom of the gearbox. You'll notice on the motor assembly, on the magnet ring, there's a groove cut out on one side of the plastic casing. I'll align the gearbox so the flat spot is 90 degrees from the groove. As I slide the two pieces together, the legs should align with the magnetic ring. Like that. Now I'll reinstall the light ring. I'll align it so the connector on the bottom is slightly offset from the bottom of the housing. Push it into place and then twist it to lock. Now I'll reinstall the motor and gearbox assembly. I'll insert the commutator through the brush ring. To do that, I'll need to pull back the brushes. Now I'll begin aligning the motor with the housing. I'll reconnect the wire for the LED lights at the front of the tool. And now I need to reinstall the change lever. You'll notice the change lever is cut out on one side, and that cutout fits around the wire connector. So I'll place the change lever into the housing, align the post on the switch with the notch in the change lever, and then as I insert this into the housing, I'll make sure that the wire connector slides down into the recess in the housing. I'll make sure I have all the wires tucked out of the way. Like that. And I'll finish up by reinstalling the other half of the housing. The battery clip can be a little bit of an oddball. I want to make sure that I have both ends of the clip installed in the housing before I install the other half. I'll make sure everything is aligned. And then secure it with the screws. And now you can replace the nose cone on your impact driver. Be sure to check back often for new videos and expert advice. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up.
And leave a comment.